Hey guys, so I'd like to start by apologizing for wearing this shirt so much recently. It's because I've been taking APs, and when I take APs, it's like the SATs. You just kind of roll out of bed and you just go. You're taking like a 3-hour test. You don't need to dress up. And because they've been every other day, I feel like I've worn this shirt in like 3 out of my past 4 videos. But I'm finally done. Yay! That's the first thing I learned today, is what it feels like to slay the beast that is AP testing. Because I didn't take any APs last year. My school doesn't offer many APs to sophomores. You can only take one course, and it wasn't a course that was interesting to me, and it wasn't in a subject area that I was naturally good at, so it just wasn't gonna be a good match for me, because having ADHD, the only way that I do well in school is by being really passionate about what I'm doing, which is why it's really good that I love knowledge and why this thing happens here, but European history doesn't interest me, so AP Euro was not the way for me to go, and I just kind of compensated for that this year by taking 3 APs in a school that typically on the honors track you just take 1 AP until your senior year when you take like 4. But so yeah, I don't know why I just told you all that. But anyway, yeah, I had never taken APs before, and so today, after taking my 3rd and final AP test for the year, it was a really nice feeling, and I quite appreciated being done and over with it. And yeah, so that was the first thing I learned. The only thing I'm gonna miss about these tests is that in my school, when you take AP tests, they're during the school day, and classes just kind of continue on, because especially for like the test I took today, I'm the only kid in the entire school who was taking that test, so nothing was gonna like grind to a halt for me. So I just haven't gone to class like all week. I just keep going. In the afternoon, I have my 2 easiest classes, which are Spanish and math, and so I just go to my last 2 classes and like chorus, a little bit of chorus if I feel like it, and lunch. But really, they don't expect you to come back to school until those last few periods. So I'm gonna miss that. I don't want to have to go back to classes. Physics is fun and all, but I didn't miss not going to it. I didn't miss going to it. I didn't miss going to it. That's what I wanted to say. Okay, so now for something that's actually like content based and you can use it in your life if you aren't ever in a situation. This is not a true statement. You can't use this in your life. You know how I refuse to teach you guys about music because to teach you about music, first I'd have to tell you like what music is, and that's a difficult thing to do. Well, I am about to do that, but with foreign language, because today I learned about the Spanish language verb tense, the present perfect, which is a complex verb tense, because simple verb tenses are just like, you take your verb and you conjugate it, and there's 7 of them in the Spanish language, and we've learned them all in my curriculum. And now to finish off the last year of Spanish before we go to AP, we're learning one complex tense, which is using multiple verbs. So this verb tense that we learned, the present perfect, is a combination of the verb haber and whatever you're doing, so whatever the verb is. So like, when you use the present perfect, you're saying things like, I have eaten, or have you done your homework, or have you seen this movie, or stuff like that. And so that's the function of the tense. And the way that you form it in Spanish is you conjugate the verb haber, which conjugates to yo, to as, él, ella, usted, nosotros, hemos. We don't learn the vosotros tense in my school. I don't know why. I really wish we did. And then ellos, ellas, or ustedes, han. It sounds just like your future tense endings, but there's an H in front of all of them and no accent marks. If you don't take Spanish, this is totally useless to you, and I'm sorry. But anyway, yeah, so you take whatever the tense is for what you're trying to say. So if you're saying, I have done the homework, you'd say, yo, and then you take the past participle of the infinitive of the verb you're going to use, and to do that you take the stem, and then I haven't learned any of the irregulars, so doing my homework is probably not a good idea because that's probably irregular, since hacer is one of those words that's just constantly irregular. So let's say, the sentence we're trying to make is, I have eaten. So you take yo, and then you're going to get the past participle. So to do that, you take the stem of the verb, which is com, for comer, which is the verb to eat, and then you add, for an er or an ir verb, you add ido, and for an ar verb, you add ado. So I ate would be he comido, and he spoke would be el hablado. Yep. I just learned that today, so sorry. I'm thinking while I'm doing this, but yeah. Cool. So, obviously I just learned that today. Okay. I'm gonna finish this video now. This was a lot of content. The screen is dark, so I don't know what the timer on this is. I'm sorry if it's really long. I'm gonna stop talking now. Bye!